Hello and welcome to the show. Now, the Toyota Supra has come to Forza Horizon 4, so naturally we are going to have to go racing with them. However, there was a rule. The cars could not use their standard engine, so nothing here is using the standard Supra engine. They could not run without some sort of body modification. Could be Forza Aero, which is what I'm running on mine, and a bonnet. It can be any combination of weird stuff. It's generally be a bit silly with them. Basically, there are some glorious, glorious contraptions in this, which I'm very happy to see. You will have noticed by now. There is some truly magnificent Fast and Furious liveries. Always the correct ones. There's a General Lee in here for good measure as well. I am driving the V8 all-wheel drive Supra, which will not be very good on the straights. Actually, no, there are some with turbo rallies that will be even worse than mine down the straights. I am a little bit heavier, I think, with this car than some. Oh, I should have gone with the wing that's on that one up there, because then that really would look like an Eclipse kind of wing. Anyway, yes, there are some turbo-rallied Supras that I think will be lighter than mine, but are rear-wheel drive with rally tyres. The General Lee is quite fast down the straights, it would appear. There are a few with V12s. You could get the V12 and keep the Supra in A-class, but you are then very limited in terms of tyres. It's very sketchy what you have in terms of tyres, and that makes your car sketchy in terms of controllability, shall we say. I believe Scotty's is one of the least powerful here, with about the 300 horsepower, being turbo rally and minimal weight. Unfortunately, I'm now struggling to find a way past. We're going to go around the outside. There's a bloody Chris in the way. Get out of the way! Oh, this circuit is probably going to be one of the worst for my car. It will be strong on the rally stuff, I hope. Christ, they look like they have V12s in them. Judging by the speed at which they were going and the lack of control at which they had through that corner, I would hazard a guess they have some form of many powers. Many powers indeed. We are through that corner all right. But yeah, my lack of straight line speed is gonna hurt. Christ. You know what? Go. I'm not even gonna fight. There's no point. There's no point. I mean, blue team are causing each other some grief here. We're going to try and get up the inside. Oh, yeah, blue team are causing each other trouble again. Now, we've got cars first and second, but we could really do with some more points elsewhere, if at all possible here. Oops, Scotty's going to get back past me. Because, I mean, this is the battle of two slightly different but more handling-orientated cars, and then one insane power machine in the middle. It's a bit strange, but that is what we are working with. Okay, so the green car, the helium's is... Oh, where is that one gone? That looks like a controller disconnect, or a missed checkpoint, I guess, and just driven into the scenery for a reset. That's quite... it's quite a long way off the course if it wasn't a controller disconnect. Actually, it's quite a funny controller disconnect. I was a little too early on the brakes through all of that. That was unfortunate. Yeah, it was a missed checkpoint and just wandered. Now, points-wise, it has actually... Blue team were looking quite good at one point, and I was a little bit concerned, but has now swung back towards us a smidge more. Top two, I mean, the top three are actually all pretty close around here. I don't think I have a car to really fight with them here. That's fair enough. I know my car is a little bit more specialist. We can have a car that's fast enough. It's kind of for this fourth place battle. It's me and Scotty with much more handling built cars. Cerberus was better down the straight. He's going to try to get back underneath. Oh, try to get back underneath Scotty. Unfortunately, I think I'm going to get stuck. I really need to clear the gold car quickly. If we can manage that, would be good. No, I'm not going to clear it fast enough. Unfortunately. Yeah, I say some good work. Oh, that's a very, very long way off the circuit. Blue team managing to not trip over each other this time around. Yeah, I think lap time-wise, me and Scotty will be quite close, but track position-wise, it's now going to be too much of a tall order for me, although that's gone way too deep. Oh, it's gone way too deep. Annoyingly, affects me as well. Are you likely where it was going to ping out? I was trying to not tangle with it, but not something, sadly, I could avoid. That's definitely given Scotty the fourth position. Leather cap's up to second as well now, so I can't afford to drop too far back. And no, I can't fight that down the straight. I will just let it go. I'd rather let it go than risk being you know, like nudged out of a checkpoint or something if things go wrong. It's better just to let it shoot off into the distance on its own. We can reel it back in through here. It might not actually be enough at the moment. Sadly, the huge amount of lap speed lost at turn 1 might actually prove costly. Oh! We'll fly back past here. Problem is it doesn't matter, because even if we get past here, which we probably will, that thing is going to run away towards the first corner. Now I'm going to make it difficult as I can for Chris. Make that car go the long way round. Oh, that's why we... didn't necessarily want the car to crash, but it was always going to be a case of make it as difficult as possible, and it was a little too much for the high-powered machine to deal with there. There we go. Yeah. That thing is not a bonkers power car around here. Sadly, yeah, 5th is going to be where we are at. It's a little bit spread out for the end of this race. Looks like there's been looks like the battle at the front has given Longbow a decent gap. Now back to 2nd. I should not carry that much speed on the way in to that corner. I mean, as I said, unless we really, really screw this up, we're probably not going to be under threat from the car behind. It didn't look like it was faster than us anyway, so we should be safe. Okay, well, an interesting first race. I mean, the good news is it will be a victory for Red Team. I mean, points-wise, it's still fairly close. Well, we have red, blue, red, blue, red, blue, red, blue. It's you know, it's quite spread out. It has gone the way, thankfully, of the red cars. It's a mediocre start. Hopefully, there will be more to come. So, up next, we head to the Greendale Foothills Scramble. Well, probably 75% tarmac circuit, but one really nasty little bit of dirt. Oh, I am going to be starting at the back. Bugger. Well, we have a lot of work to try and do here. I think Longbow's had 2 poles in a row now. 2 front rows for Red Team. Well, we know that car was pretty quick, so that's good. Who is going to be fast here shall be interesting, because there are a couple of quite long straights for the power cars to enjoy, but this dirt section is really bad for the power cars. It's low speed, there's water involved in it, and they will lose a lot of time. They will lose a lot of time. Now, there'll be a couple of... there'll be a variety of cars. There'll be a variety of rear-wheel drives with rally tyres, rear-wheel drives without rally tyres. Maybe there might be some all-wheel drives without rally tyres, I don't know. But yeah, there's going to be a variety of cars here. Unfortunately for me, the one downside I get is lap time-wise, if my car is good, it's going to make up a lot of time in that dirt section, which I can't do at the moment when I've got cars surrounding me. Oh... bloody hell. Well, there goes my chances of a good first lap. I mean, Longbow has done the classic start on pole, stay out of trouble, run away kind of a thing, which is really helpful when you can manage that one. We will get up the inside on the exit, hopefully use some of the all-wheel drive traction. So Scotty is going to be trying to get Blue some points in all of this, if there are any points on offer up there, which, I mean, Blue are not in a terrible position at the moment. Chris is about to annihilate all of us down the straight with that car. That thing is a lot faster than mine. You can see it wiggling. I mean, we're in, what, 4th or 5th gear, depending on what the gearbox is in that thing, and that's still spinning the wheels, but it's about to hit the immense trouble of the dirt, you know, where it just won't be able to go anywhere. And it's going to take the entire lap to get it back up, possibly, because of all the time lost. We will go underneath, and that will work for me. Yeah, the all-wheel drive is not the biggest advantage ever here. It's nice, don't get me wrong, but with the rest of the lap not being so bad for the rear-wheel drive cars, we're talking about the rear-wheel drive cars here with the rally tyres. Yeah, with the rest of the track not being so bad for them, I don't have quite as big of an advantage. It's still quite nice. I might be able to sneak a third away here. Possibly we might be able to sneak a third place. Might even be able to sneak a second. I think I might have the car for it. I don't know how my car stacks up to Longbows. I have absolutely no idea. Be very hard to tell. We don't get to see fastest laps, and when you start last and get stuck in traffic horrendously for the first 2 laps, or lap and a half, it's always going to be a little bit of a skewed result. But yeah, Longbow can just drive around on their own at the moment. Hopefully, well, I mean, the grid, I think, is supposed to be randomised. I think it's just luck. That can happen. We are out of the final corner. Yeah, this should be a good battle over second, theoretically. We might need to get third, looking at the way the points are going. Depends on how things go for Helium, but we might need to get this this position away from Scotty to guarantee a red team victory. You know, anything can happen at the end of the day. I don't want to get slowed down particularly. If we want to get second here, which we do, I don't really want to get slowed down by the red car. Now, on my screen I was clear in front of that. I apologise if I gave that a nudge on the way past. It looked like the car reacted as if it was getting a nudge, even though it didn't. So that suggests to me a little bit of Forza lag might have gone on. Now we'll go around the outside of Speed Beast on the exit there. That is the all-wheel drive power. Problem is, now on a funny line, don't quite have the drive down there to make it work, can we? Because we don't want to take each other out here, ultimately. And I also don't really want to fight Speed Beast in such a way that might put Scotty past, but I also quite want second. Points-wise has gone better for us again. Helium scoring more points. Scotty has managed to sneak up the inside. It will be a little bit for nothing in some regards, as we are about to get out-dragged down towards turn 1. I'm going to try and just duck underneath everybody here. Can I manage to duck underneath everybody? Can we push Speed? You can't really bump draft in this game, sadly. Otherwise, we would just push Speed Beast past, and we are all going to go past Scotty. We might have to defend into turn 1. I don't actually think that red car is going to be close enough to do much now. I think this lap around, Speed Beast might be in trouble with the rear-wheel drive traction here. The rear-wheel drive traction might... This might be where I can pass Speed Beast without costing us both too much time. If I can just get out of one of these corners better than the Harlequin and Supra. Oh, a little bit of lag. Leathercat missed a checkpoint. That might put pay to blue team's chances here. Possibly. Leathercat was on blue team, yes. I do remember. Oh, I'm getting screwed over by my own team again here. Right. This time we are to the inside. We will make that pass stick. Now we've got to try and get past Scotty for second. We've got our third place back. Yeah, that's probably not a good place to try and go up the inside of another car. Here we go. There's a little bit of lag going on now. We have got a good run here on the Supra. We'll go defensive towards the hairpin. That's fair enough to be expected. We will not be able to cut back underneath it just yet. We'll give it a little nudge. A little bit of ghost mode there. I wasn't sure if and when we were going to come out of ghost mode. Doesn't make overtaking all that easy. Now, will Scotty be defensive up here? Has to be a little bit. We're just trying to get a cutback anywhere we can. I mean, we know, as long as we don't do anything drastically stupid, we will out-drag that red car towards the start-finish line. It did also run a smidge wide and clonked the wall. That will be us past. It's not going to be a straightforward final lap, I will say that much. But we are through. We are through. There we go. Just about make it stop into turn 1. I mean, the points are still kind of close if anything goes wrong. Certainly, there are noticeable cars that are working, cars that are not. I don't know what tyres Longbow's car is on. We've fought each other so much for second that it's kind of irrelevant, the gaps. We will probably never know how our cars compare to Longbow's in this. Certainly, our 3 are quite close. Longbow's looks fast. It's either the same speed as us or considerably faster. So either way, there's a interesting divide at this circuit. There are quite the engine swap restriction does actually make this quite tough for vehicle how you build your car choice. I say vehicle choice, but we're all driving the same car. But yeah, how you build your car choice when you have to swap the engine, it's either crazy power or some form of handling. You can't really get away with a half and half all of that well. There might be some ways to just about make it work, but yeah, you tend to go down one route or another, and this circuit it is kind of showing a little bit what goes on. We leave the final corner. We are ahead of Scotty's car. We know that can't beat us to the finish line. It's going to be a 1-2 for red team. Blue certainly tried valiantly, and while we had a couple of cars that didn't work here, we still just about score enough points to take the round victory, unless anything very, very untoward happens, which I don't think is likely here. As long as we get the 7th place, that's all that. That's all that. As long as we get 100 points here, I actually think we win regardless. We do get 7th. The round will go to us. So, up next, we head to Bamborough. The Coast Circuit will be the race where we're probably going to see some very fast Supras run into the distance, and I will probably be around the mid-pack. This track seems to work better for the high-powered cars. Not impossible for mine to work. We will have to wait and see. We're starting mid-pack, pretty much. Hopefully we will be able to get somewhere with our car. We'll have to wait and see, really, on this one. Of course, my all-wheel drive launch is nice. We will get a little bit of a decent run towards the first corner, but my lack of power will mean inevitably something's going to go flying past us. Yeah, I mean, the handling's not bad on mine. This track I always thought was a little bit more, I guess, of a balanced circuit, but power cars do work. So I suspect me and Scotty might go back to having our little race amongst ourselves almost here. Because that's, yeah, Blue Team have got... In fact, Blue Team have technically got the round lead. At the moment, it's... oh, there we go. We can change that as we outdrag Scotty's car. We can outdrag Scotty's car, but it is going to outbrake us. Oh, and then there's a little bit of lag. And then there's a speed piece shooting through on the inside that really didn't get stopped. Right. How far do we know? Cerberus is slightly quicker than us, but we outhandle them. Leathercap, we don't really know. Scotty, we outdrag, but they outhandle us. I don't know about Helium's car. Things have gone... Oh, back to Blue Team's way a little bit at the moment. We'll have to wait and see, though. A lot of things can happen down here. Oh, Cerberus pinged off the wall. Actually, just made a checkpoint because of it. That will work out nicely for me. We've got to be aware of Chris's Manic Supra, but that seems stuck in traffic at the moment. Now, if the fast cars get stuck in traffic, that could actually work for me. While, if you're behind one car, you can just outdrag it down the straight, no problem. If there's a big group of cars fighting, it can actually sometimes be a little bit awkward to get your fast car through a group of vehicles, especially when there's a slightly more fiddly track. Blue Team still have the points lead at the moment. Can we chase down Leather? Again, we're racing cars. I don't really know how we compare because we've not really seen them. Longbow may well come carving their way up through the field. We are maybe a smidge better through the corners. Okay, so Leathercap's quicker than us down the straight, but we are a little bit better through the corners. I don't know whether we're good enough through the corners to catch that. Oh, throw it at turn one. It's a little wide of the apex, although it's still not too bad. Still carrying really, really good speed around here. I love this section. If you get it right, that section is brilliant. It's a shame the curb is a little funny sometimes. The curb can be a smidge sketchy. It's one of those curbs that if you hit with your... If you kind of drive over it, you can sometimes get your car just fired out, and I don't know quite what causes it. That thing has got some... It's got some power about it, but a lot of understeer going on there. How am I going to find a way past? See, the problem we've got is this. I can outturn it. There is no doubt about it. In fact, the fact that I've run it down suggests I have got a quicker car overall. But how do I pass? Because it makes a lot of noise, whatever's in that. Getting there, yeah, catching is one thing, but passing, because I'm going to get slowed down through the corners by the cap, and not slow them down when it gets to the straights where their car is fast. I think I'll have to do a pass here. In fact, this might be the lap to do it even. They were a little bit wide. I may have used all of the roads available to me as they ran wide. Oh, Scotty missed a checkpoint. Oh, no. That might be Blue Team. Oh, that's unlucky for Blue Team. As much as of course I want Red Team to win, winning by somebody else slightly goofing and missing a checkpoint is always slightly less of a win, I guess. We are going to have to go defensive now, and we're going to have to hope my only chance of winning here is be far enough away by turn one. Okay, this gap, is this enough to be ahead of Leathercap at the finish line? I wish the finish line was closer. Oh, it's going to be sketchy. Okay, we would probably just about win the race. But now I'm have to be on that wonky defensive line through there. Otherwise, Leathercap would have just thrown that up the inside, which is perfectly fair to do. And they would have compromised me through turn 1 and 2 and all of that. We have got to be mega quick through here. How far away can we get? It's basically got to be the best midsection of the lap. Put me as far away by the end of the lap as I can be. I'm glad my car is working here. I wasn't sure it was going to. I really was unsure it was going to. Christ, if Leathercap beats me, blue team win this round. Do I have to defend? No. Leathercap will not be able to get that stopped in time for there. Come on, let's get a good final section. Out of the last corner we go. It's a big lead. Is it enough? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be really close. Come on, Supra. Use that 430 horsepower V8. Is it going to be enough? I don't know. Will the game give it to me? It does. Ooh. 50 points might be all that separates us. 50 points. If Scotty can beat Helium, it would have gone to blue team. Very unfortunate for Scotty in that one. Christ. We had to work for that. We had to work for that. That had to be a perfect lap. And even with some defending into turn 1, which made that a slightly slower lap. Yeah, I think I had a quick car. It was working well there. Just enough to take the round victory. So we move on to round 4. Now technically red team have already won the adventure. I'd slightly forgotten that was round 3. We have run the adventure. We got a silly race. Look, we're driving some heretic Supras. Why not take them around the least suitable track I can think of for them? The Mud Kickers 4x4 Scramble. Yes, the best place to test out your Toyota Supra is here. Now, I should theoretically be quite quick here. It should be good for my car, for the most part. There'll be some cars that won't work. There will probably be some cars that fall over around here, I'll be honest. Unfortunately for me, the rally-tired cars have all started at the front. My traction is going to be nice down this bit. I don't know where Longbow's car is. That's the one, perhaps, to watch a little bit in all of this. Okay, we get a little bit of a slide now. Is anyone going to have trouble over here on lap 1? This is the big potential problem. A-Class, you're normally fast enough. A-Class, you're normally fast enough not to roll over. I didn't see anybody flip through the air, which is good. We will... let's sit out a little bit wide there. We're going to have the traction through this corner here. That's kind of one of the important bits. Now, Leathercap's car might be a concern. That is something to watch out for. While it won't have off-road tyres, it's just sheer brute power. Could be enough to cause us some grief. This isn't the worst, this isn't the nastiest track for off-road related stuff because, well, I mean, it's just a couple of corners and one long straight, so the sheer power may or may not work. Might not quite work as well as mine, but certainly that could take some points away from us, depending on how things go. Although we have now got back to a 1-2-3 for red team. It seems that we are slightly better off. Oh god, don't go over that way. Okay, so it's the secondary bump there that causes us more issues. Ooh, as I was saying, it was a 1-2-3. All of the red cars have had a crash. Longbow may well have gone for a roll. I did just see that in the background. A very quick flick of the stick. Something was going on behind. Certainly for me to have got that gap over their cars. It could have been a problem. However, blue team are having even bigger issues than we are at this stage. So I'm going to guess it's probably not the biggest issue we've ever encountered. As a team in this, it's not the biggest issue. Oh, we will scrape the wall slightly through there. Yeah, I guess now we just run. We're going to... I believe Hasio... Oh, get down, car. Behave yourself. If we go for a front flip now, it'd be funny, just unfortunate. I'm about to say, I believe Hasio is running V12, probably stock tyres and rear-wheel drive. If you put the V12 in, you don't get many options as to what you can do with that car. Yeah, that's That's the look of a car that's fallen over a few times and has had enough of mud kickers. That is the look of a car that has fallen over. I tell you what, if you can fall over while on camera, that would be entertainment. Oh, that just gets out of the way. Thank you. Yeah, my car works here. I say to be expected. I wasn't expecting quite as big a margin of victory, if I'm honest. I know this track is really, really will sort the off-road cars, but yeah, I wasn't quite expecting this. Oh, we're gonna go for another. Like, I'm not even that. I say I'm not that concerned. It could go over. I think, thankfully, the way we're hitting it in such a way that it bounces the back end into the air, but it's not quite enough to. It's never enough to go fully over. I think the back end gets bounced into the air, but the front gets caught soon enough that it's never quite going to go do a flip. So that's why I'm not all that fussed. We can be flat out through there. Did not expect that to work. It's cool. I mean, I'm glad. I like that we can be flat out through there. I just wasn't expecting it. It's fair enough, really. Right. Through the water we go. For the final time, we're not going to get around to lapping Chris, sadly. Even though that car is, I have no doubt, horrendous to drive around here. Yeah, so we do catch the run. I shouldn't say that too loudly. We know what the curse of the commentator is like. And if the curse is ever likely to strike, it will be on me when I'm leading the race by a very long way. But, yeah, I do think on the most part that is okay. Leathercap is being caught a little bit by Helium. We'll have to see how that pans out. Yeah. Blue team, it did not work for them here whatsoever. They should probably have won the last race. Scotty was unlucky to miss a checkpoint. Mudkickers, though, that will go the way of red team quite convincingly. Leathercap does get second in the drag race to the finish line. I'm pretty sure Longbow fell over at some point in that one. Yeah, that track worked for my car. So, we move on to our final race, and this is the last chance for Blue Team to get a little bit of redemption. This is, well, the final, and so far it's 4-0 to Red Team. Oh, I'm all the way at the back. At least, well, we've got Longbow with a pretty fast car on the second row. Blue Team have got Scotty's car that's very grippy and might not be too bad around here. It might not be too terrible. I say it might be quite fast. It might not like the back straight. There's not necessarily there are going to be enough straights for it to really, really struggle. We will see. Power cars around this circuit, sketchy at best. The longish straight towards the final corner, it can enjoy, but overall, I would not want a power car if I could help it around here. I certainly wouldn't build a power car for here. I'm on a funky line. I don't want to be on a funky line. I've got to try and find somewhere that I can slot my car into. It will work, and we are through there safely now. Don't clip the walls through this bit. Oh, a little bit of lag. Don't clip the walls through this bit, but if there's a little bit of lag going on, that's less than helpful. Leathercap's car might actually be quite well suited here. I'm slightly concerned about that one. It won't have the corner grip, but it will have so much. I think that's all-wheel drive and probably street tyres or something. It's going to have so much acceleration once it does get going. That's going to annoy. I think we're going to have an annoying race where we're stuck looking at the back of a blue car. Round the outside. No, now we've got a Chris in the way. No! Bad! Bad Chris. Oh, I'm going to go really exploring. It might actually work to get past. Almost work to get past. God damn it. We're going to have that frustrating race if I have a handling car. See, we can absolutely dominate at mud kickers. I think Longbow may have had a quick car, but I think Longbow fell over. But we had probably the best car at mud kickers. However, I seem to build really fast cars at mud kickers. I don't know how I do it, or for mud kickers, but they just tend to work. If we're around here, well, I think we're just going to have a frustrating time trying to beat power cars. Third is looking plausible. Again, I think we might have, to be fair, we might even be relatively, closely matched to those top cars, which haven't got through traffic. Chris wants to go past. We will again make him go the long way. I think this time it's so quick it doesn't matter. Took out all the street furniture doing it, but it is now past. Leathercap's up to third. I mean, this could go either way, really, between the teams, which is what you want. If Leathercap can beat Speed Beast, did Leathercap get the checkpoint there? That is the question. I don't know. They haven't been reset. I'm going to presume she did. We are going to be on the outside of Speed Beast. Almost made it work. Oh crap! There goes the General Supra. That's not. We're never going to stop for that corner though on such a funky line. Oh, and we've got Helium into this group as well. Fantastic. And that's more points for Red Team. Oh, you see the brakes as that thing's trying to get turned in. I don't think that's enjoying this. That corner particularly. Oh, so again, we're going to close up massively here, and then we get slaughtered down the straight. My car's not bad, actually. As far as A-class cars go, I'm not too disappointed with it. It kind of works as an overall vehicle. Can win some races. Yeah, apparently can dominate utterly at mud kickers, as I seem to be able to build the cars for, but the rest of the tracks it works well enough. Very surprised it won at Bamborough. Let's be honest with that one, that was not quite the result I expected there. I guess its high-speed grip is good enough. The Supra gets some pretty damn big tyres on this game as well, which is helpful. Ooh, that's a street furniture death. Not quite enough of a death to get me past, but it slowed down that blue machine. If I can get this corner really well, here we go. Where we're going to have to line up... Where do we line up a pass? Well, I reckon we could get a pass done the exit of this turn, possibly. However, if we get the pass done at the exit of this turn, which we aren't actually close enough to do, what does it matter? Leathercap's always just going to out-drag us down the back straight. Are we closer than we were last time around? A little bit, yeah. We almost draw alongside. One more lap to go, and I don't know if we're close enough. I don't know if we are close enough. If we can get past quickly, there's a chance, but, oh, there's a little bit of lag. Okay. I mean, this is about as quick as we could get past. I can't make it stick. We might do it here. I don't know if I may have hit some debris. We're suddenly very slow. We will block the... Well, I say we will block, that's just the line we were on. Okay. This isn't really all that great for me. Oh, come on. Just stick to the road, Supra. We need to stick to the road as best we can, because I need to be in the distance. If we're not far enough away, that blue car is going to have a dive at the last corner. Again, it's fair enough, is what I would do driving that car. How far clear are we? Is it going to be enough? Now, we can brake late. I know we can brake late down here. I know that car is going to struggle with grip. It's going to have to go the long way round. There is no space on the inside. I'm going to cover that inside. Perhaps try to get underneath. Will they have the traction? Not quite. We will take the third position. It's another very, very close push across the line for Blue Team. Oh, that was a good race. That was a thoroughly enjoyable race for the best of the rest. I think Scotty and Longway may be a bit too fast for me around there. I don't know. We were too busy fighting to see lap, and we don't see lap times regardless. So yeah, no idea. Was a very, very good fun battle over the last step on the podium. You know, my Supra was pretty decent on the most part. I can't criticise it too much. Worked for what I had it built for. A couple of tracks I knew it was going to struggle at a little bit more. A couple of events it was less likely to work with. But the tracks it was good at, we made the most of. Wasn't a bad car to drive either, in general. So there we go. The Supra's in Forza. We made some very heretic cars. Sure, whatever. We'll go with our own words. And had some fun racing with them. That, though, is going to be it for this video. If you'd like to sign up to take part in the next races, you can via our forums. There'll be a link in the description. Find the FailRace versus the community section, and you can sign up in there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.